Okay, good morning. Basically, what we are going to look at is day trading as a strategy for consistent profit, which is in addition to your other strategies which you do. So, in order to give you some background, like basically, uh, swing trading is my primary source of making money. But uh, as many years I've been doing this, and some years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, I went on a long hike in the on the Tour du Monde in France, Italy, and Switzerland. So while I was there 10 days in the mountains, I was thinking about my trading, and then I decided, look, I need to have a clear strategy going forward, written down, and only stick to that, and crystallize everything which I learned. So I created a strategy document after I came back, and the thing was like one of the things was, and one of the things which I did when I was in the mountains was also to challenge some of the assumptions and things like that. So one of the things was like basically to make money um, with least possible risk. That was the starting point basically. And one of the other assumptions which has been always there basically when I develop market monitor and all, which is a very fundamental assumption behind swing trading, is that swing trading especially works best in certain market conditions, and that was the whole idea behind doing things like market monitor and things like that. So you basically swing trade when the situation or the market is favorable to swing trading, and rest of the time you sit in cash. So that was the thing. So when I was thinking over that, look, that's when I decided, look, and no more just doing that. Means there's so much opportunity in the market that strategy is something which I'm going to abandon, and I'm going to have a strategy which is all weather trading. Okay, that means irrespective of what the market is doing, I want to make money. Okay, now once you decide that, the obvious implication of that is you have to do some sort of an intraday trading, right? And unless you're doing intraday trading, that is not possible, because not all circumstances, if you want to make money, they are suitable for swing trading. So that's the thing. So once I did that, basically what I did after that is I started focusing on developing strategies for intraday trading for my style of trading. Obviously, there are many strategies to do, and there are certain advantages I have of having done a lot of swing trading, also knowing many other things, having lots of people to call on, or talk to them, and different kinds of styles kind of a thing. And the other thing was after this was like 2.5% or less. That was the whole point. Okay, so today we are going to primarily look at day trading, and there are a lot of misconceptions about day trading, like as much as misconceptions are there about triple leveraged ETFs. All these people who are sending me emails and writing on the timeline ki triple ETFs are bad. Similarly, if you look up day trading, they are like hundreds and thousands of things which will tell you, oh, it's very dangerous, don't go there, there is a monster there, you will lose all your capital, this will happen, that will happen. Okay, relax. Okay, there are many people who do this on a day-to-day basis, and it's not as dangerous as people see. Anything is dangerous if you don't have skills, right? Means obviously, like I saw a couple of weeks ago, who is that guy who put a string between two volcanoes or on top of the volcano, and then he went on that wire, he walked the wire, right? And uh, you try and do it, you'll be in the volcano. But if you take the time and effort to try and understand day trading and develop the skills, you will have basically consistent source of money. Basically, that's the advantage of day trading, and you're not really dependent on then uh, you don't have to worry about coronavirus, you don't need to worry about what the government is doing, stimulus, no stimulus. nothing. You just have to like show up and look for your patterns and do the trade. So that's the whole point of doing this day trading, okay, as an added source of uh, yeah, I keep muting and then they like keep unmuting, so I don't know why, but so let's see. Okay, so here for the first strategy, the most important strategy which is used by day traders, and this is like the golden strategy of day trading, is this is the most used strategy in day trading. Okay, news plays. Okay, people have different names for it, like they'll say stocks in play or some whatever they want to call it, but stock which had a news in either today or yesterday or in the last 2 days or 3 days. Okay, news plays, that's like bread and butter of most day traders. Obviously there are like some people who do some very exotic day trading, like some Fibonacci fork or some numbers based kind of things and all, but those are like, that's like a 1 in million kind of a person. Okay, what if you want to build your this thing, like in the swing trading, the number one thing which you need to know if you want to be a successful swing trader is momentum burst, right? Same way, if you want to be a successful day trader, I would say news plays is the strategy, means like, and it's the most important. Why? Because whenever a stock has a news for that particular day or for that particular period, for that particular 15 minutes or for that half an hour, what happens is the stock is going to make big up or down moves. Okay, or it will be extremely volatile, and volatility is a friend when you are day trading, because if a stock is extremely volatile, what does it do? It moves, right? And it moves like, and it either goes up, down, it goes up in 5 minutes, it goes down in 5 minutes, it again goes up. That allows you to make money, because if it doesn't move, means like a lot of these people keep emailing me, I want to day trade, and then like I said, okay, like which stock do you want to day trade? They find the slowest moving stock in the world to day trade. It doesn't work that way. Here you need like a real mover. Okay, so let's say BLPH. Okay, this is a stock. This was up 430% yesterday, right? Why was this stock up 430% yesterday? There's a news, right? There's a news. There was a news early in the morning. There was a news which said that there's, what might be the news? There was a news early. FDA grants emergency expanded access for INO impulse, whatever nonsense it is. Okay, it doesn't matter. What happened during the day is that the stock, this is pre-market and this is during the day. The stock made bunch of up moves or down moves. It was very volatile during the day, right? And that is where the money is, because if there is a news, then everybody focuses on that particular stock for that particular day, and especially if there is a big news. Okay, so when you want to make money, go where every trader is going to make money. Okay, not in some corner where nobody is and you're trying to make money. Yes, possible, but like that's not consistent. This is consistent. Every day, at least 3 to 5 stocks are going to have a news, and as a result of that news, either they will be up 20% or more, or they will be down 20% or more. And this will happen every day, no matter, like as long as the market is open, right? Or the only time when it will not happen is if they decide to close down the market. Some news comes out before the market open or after the market open or whatever reason, and at least 3 to 5 stocks for a day will make 20% move. Okay, and those are the stocks where you should be then if you want to make day trading. And this is the key to success in day trading, because if you can be in stocks which are in news, okay, then you can make money. If you are in a stock which is not making a move and you want to make move in it, or you want to make money in it, it is not likely that you're going to make money. Okay, or you're like in a per se starting with a wrong strategy, or you are not really thinking through how to make money. If you do nothing, okay, but if you just want to be a day trader, and if you just focus on news plays, okay, that is stocks which had a fresh news either today or yesterday, day one or day two kind of a news, okay, you will find the stocks which are moving. Means it doesn't mean that they're going to go move up during the day. They will move up, they will move down, they will move up again, they'll move down, and that is what is required if you have to make money in day trading. What you need is a stock which moves, and which moves big, and which moves with volume, and which has liquidity. Okay, that's the other thing. You need news plays and you need liquidity. What happens is the stock which doesn't have much of a liquidity on a normal day will have higher liquidity if there is a news, right? This particular stock on an average day before the news came in was trading 49,000 shares. Because there was a news, how many shares it traded? 9.3 million. Okay, so news attracts volume, and that's like another key, right? And this is true of anything. Like, and if you go to Twitter currently, and if you look at the top trending topics, okay, there'll be something which is trending. Why is it trending? Because there is some news, right? And say yesterday or day before yesterday, that country musician, he died, and that was the number one trending topic on Twitter, right? Means, did he ever trend in the last 1 year or 2 years? No, right? So news, news, news. If you want to make money, news. So how can you play news? So here is what happens, okay? Exactly, NTRT, MTRT, that's the answer I was looking for. News is released either after the market has closed, especially if it is a big move kind of a thing, big news after the market close, or before the market open, right? So if that is the case, then what you need to do is, there is a methodology which many of you may not have heard about, which is called NTRT MTRT, okay, which looks for only certain kind of stocks which have news, which is like basically stocks which have news in terms of earnings, okay. But if you take the same idea behind NTRT MTRT, okay, you take the NTRT MTRT, as everyone knows what is NTRT MTRT. Okay, so here is what you have to do. You expand NTRT MTRT to a larger set of news. Means in NTRT MTRT we only focus on earnings related news, but any news can move a stock, right? So you have to look at like any news. So if you want to be making money in day trading, focus on stocks which show up in NTRT MTRT, which are up in the post market or pre market. Like, see, this particular stock in pre market itself was up how much percent? 200% plus, right? 278% plus, right? So that tells you that where you start focusing on, basically what you need to start focusing on is basically start with things which are gapping up or down in pre-market or post-market. and try and find out what is the news, and especially within that news, prioritize the stock where volume is very high in volume. See, that is also key, because just having a news and there is no move, like the stock is up, but like it is up on 5,000 shares traded pre-market, that is of no use. Look for somewhere where you are like in a pre-market, there is a news, or post-market, there is a news, and there is at least 100k plus volume, preferably something which is like an even higher than that, and then you're looking at something which is going to make a big move during the day, right? And we are not going to be wedded to a directional thing when you are going to do a day trading, okay? And that I'll come to the next thing which I want to discuss, which is structure of intraday moves. You're not going to be presupposing that it is going to move like that, okay? What is going to happen during the day if you have a news is that the stock is going to make a move, right? And the stock might go up early, or it might gap up, okay? And it gaps up here, okay? This is the gap up price, and immediately starts going down, okay? During the day, it might have a reversal. Again, it will go down. It will go up. It will go down, or it will go up because of the news. This is where it gaps up. It goes up. Okay, it pulls back a little. Okay, then it goes up, or it goes up. It spends a lot of time, and then it goes down. Anything is possible, but what is not necessarily going to happen with the stock, with the news, is one thing which is going to happen is like, it is not going to be like gapping up unless it's a buyout and just sit there throughout the day and doing nothing, right? What that stock is going to do is it is going to make some moves, and those moves will be big moves, right? They are not going to be small moves. So it's going to make a move. So as a result, you have opportunities, and many opportunities during the time, during the day, to make money, right? So that is the stock which you want, which has the potential to make big moves, big swing moves during the day, right? And this might be 1 minute time frame, or 5 minutes time frame, or 15 minutes time frame, but the stock should be capable of moving big in terms of percentage change or in dollar terms. So you want a stock during the day in swings terms, it makes 10% swings, or it makes 8-9% swings, either to the upside or downside, right? Why do you need this? Okay, this is 30% swing, right? This one candle is 15%, right? This move is 24%. Okay, this move here, the breakout, is 33%. This move here, which is again a breakout, is 24%. Okay, this move down here is 20%, right? If these are the kind of swings intraday, then you can make money, right? If there are no swings, and if it just sits there, like currently everybody is sitting at home, I keep muting all, and then like, and why somebody keeps doing this, I don't know. You don't need to talk currently. There is no need to talk, okay? I don't need your microphone. Please shut out all your microphones currently, okay? Because it just breaks the rhythm of things. So those kind of swings, okay, if you have, then you can make money, because the 15, 20%, 27% is the one which is like that's the potential, right? And during the day, look at like this stock, this is BLPH, okay? If you look at on a daily chart, it looks like okay, just gapped up and kept going down. But if you look at on a lower time frame, this is 5 minutes. See how many swings it has. It is 13% in 5 minutes. Okay, this is 15%. 15 point. Keep looking here. Okay, if you want to see that 15% in 5 minutes. Okay, this particular move is like 13% in 5 minutes, or this particular move is 12% in 5 minutes, right? That's the opportunity. If you don't have that, then what happens is that you can't really make money. Okay, so that really is what you have to keep thinking about in terms of finding the stocks. You have to find something which is making a very big move. If it is not making a big move, then there is no profit opportunity, right? And here this is a lower price stock comparatively, like it's a $16. But if you get a stock or a high price stock which makes a lot of moves intraday, okay, the only reason why I'm trading this thing is why, because here this is, how much is this? Just look at that in terms of dollar terms. That's a $48 move. Okay, this is $35 move. Okay, this is $16 move. This is $33 move. This is like this particular thing is $23 move. This thing is $25 move. This is like $38 move. This is like $36 move. This is $16 move. Okay, this is $20 move. This is $32 move. This is $26. Look at like another size of those moves, $38, right? So as a result, if this is a $60 move, and if I can get 10% of that move, that's $500, right? And I own 100 shares. And that's why I'm trading this like a crazy currently, because the moves are large. And this is very important. When we are swing trading, what we are looking for is linearity, right? Means when we say momentum burst, what are we looking for? We try and trade. When I spent like when I did the boot camp and all, also what did I say? Find the most linear move and trade it, right? I give you a better example of an analogy, saying look and date the most well organized person, right? Because that's the key to making money in swing trading. But exactly opposite of that, what you need to look at when you're day trading, here you look the most violent city, okay, and go there, because that's where the opportunity is, because the violent moves is large. As a result, if you time them right and if you just capture fraction of those moves, then you're going to make money, right? So this is very important to understand. Look, and what stocks will have these violent moves are the stocks which have a fresh news, because anything which is having a fresh news currently related to, like whether it is the coronavirus or something, is making big moves intraday, right? And why is it making big news intraday? It's because there's so much noise, so much things. Oh, cure for coronavirus has been found. Regeneron has these two drugs which cure coronavirus, and then news comes out somewhere in Spain they tried it and then it didn't work out or failed. The stock goes down $51, right? As a result of that, what you're looking at is the stock is very volatile, and volatility means money in day trading. Okay, so that's the first lesson you need to learn, which is like when we said, when we are doing swing trading, we want to avoid volatility, right? We want to be in the least volatile kind of a environment. As against that, volatility is equal to money in day trading, and that's the fundamental difference. And if you don't understand that, it is very, means yes, you can trade less volatile stocks, you can trade, yes, possible, but the amount of opportunity which you're going to make by trading a less volatile stock is going to be very low opportunity, right? The biggest opportunity is where there is an extremely volatile situation, because the volatile situation is going to lead to intraday the stock making big up or down move, and the more up and down moves it makes intraday, the more are our opportunities for day trading. Okay, like TVIX, a couple of days ago I traded TVIX, okay, some 14 times in the day, okay, and net I made like by that day we were trading TVIX around 42,000. Okay, now that was possible because it has such a high volatility, and it just like it keeps making moves all over the place. Now if it doesn't make the kind of moves if it doesn't have multiple opportunities, then you cannot make money. Means obviously you can make small amount of money if it is. So this is the key to like momentum burst, and I said multiple times, look, momentum burst is the key to finding swing trading moves, right? Same way, the key to making this is having a highly volatile situation, that the stock is going up or down, right? And this is very different, and that's why a lot of people fail in day trading, because they're coming with this mentality of trend, right? Yes, there will be some trend during the trade too, but it is basically not the trend which you can trade a trend during day trade, but it is the volatility where you're getting in out, and number of times that stock offers you an opportunity during the day is what creates profit for day traders. And that's why you have to select stocks which have news, and you have to select stocks which are likely to have high volatility for the day. Because that is going to give you multiple opportunities to take a shot. And this thing, I would say very clearly, okay, absolutely clearly, okay, do not trade TVX. If you are here and if you have no idea what day trading is, do not, okay. It is moving at a speed which is like unbelievable. I know somebody who lost 9% yesterday, who is a member trading TVX day trading, okay. It is not something which is easy, okay. This is something which you need real experience, because what happens is before you can put a stop, it is see, look at the violence of the move. 38% move in how much? 5 minutes. And some of these, like 5 minutes still compresses the move. You look at just 1 minute, and you look at 1 minute, and you can't even stops cannot be even look at the amount of violence which happens on a 1 minute chart in this. This is if you time it right, in 1 minute you can make $11, okay. Or this one is basically $11 move, or and you can lose $11. So on $100 you can lose $1,100 before you can blink, or before you can put a stop. And this is 1 minute, okay. This is not means that's the kind of volatility, but that is where the opportunity is. I know every single day traders whom I know who's good player currently is only trading TVX. Why are they trading TVX? Because it's the most profitable instrument for day trading currently, okay. But please do not do it. You will get killed. This is professional knife fight. You're not if you're starting, it's not what you do, okay. I will tell you if you're starting what to do later in this, but I just want to set up the things very clearly in terms of, look, news and news induced volatility is equal to day trade opportunity. And that's the biggest opportunity in the market, okay. Means on any given day, not only today, but any given day, once the coronavirus is over, anything is over, it is always the biggest trading opportunity in terms of making money is news induced volatility is day trade opportunity. You will see that many times what happens is intraday news get released, right? And if you see intraday news comes out, say if you see that here intraday there was some news released here on this day, right? And if you see and when the news came out, it made a crazy move, okay, and then it reversed, and then again it went up, and then it reversed and it went down, right? So anytime there is a news, you're going to get big moves, and then that is where the opportunity is. So this is the basic concept which you need to understand. If you want to be a day trader, start by looking at news and look at news related opportunities, okay. So once you understand this, then comes the mechanics of doing this. So the mechanics of doing this in terms of what are you going to do, And I would say that look, if you're a beginner day trader, like, and basically just focus on this strategy, because that's what everybody uses. If anybody is telling you, look at it, they're making money day trading some exotic patterns and all, yeah, possible, but I don't know of like anybody who's making 800,000 million, 2.3 million, 5 million day trading, who's using very exotic strategy. I know all of them are just using news. Okay, you go to a proprietary firm and look at a proprietary firm like SMB has like how many traders, 200 traders, and you will see that all of them just trade news. Okay, if you look at like a Bright, which has a lot of traders, what do they trade? They trade news. Or if you ask any of these, it is going to be the same thing. So this is your starting point. Okay, all proprietary firm traders or all these professional day traders, whether they work from home or for proprietary firm and all, they are up early from 7 a.m. onward. Okay, all that they do is they are just noting news, and obviously they have the sense to understand what news is likely to make bigger moves, right? And because if you do it day in day out, you start understanding, look, which stock is going to make news, right? And then they will have their playbook. Okay, so what happens is they start by looking at news, and they will have a playbook where they would say, okay, these are the 4 or 5 stocks these are the 5 stocks which I'm going to be focusing on based on the news. Okay, now there are different players in this kind of a thing. What they do most of the time, the good ones, okay, they predetermine certain levels or strategies. Okay, so they pre-think in terms of say this is the stock. Let's assume like let's say look let's take another stock instead of this one, which already has made a big move. But let's say look okay, let's take GD. Let's take GD. Okay, let's say assuming that General Dynamics Corporation, this is the stock. It's not very volatile, relatively less volatile, right? And basically it's not like going up or down majorly. 4%, 3% in this market is like not a major move, right? And say supposing tomorrow news comes out, look, and the government has decided to give $500 billion contract to General Dynamics to develop bio weapons or like a bio defense strategy. So every person in America is going to get like a biohazard suit, and henceforward you will be only wearing biohazard suits wherever, if you go anywhere, every offices will make biohazard suits compulsory, whatever, like, right? What is going to happen to if this is the news which is released tonight? What do you think is going to happen? The stock is going to go up, right? And it will gap up, right? Like in a pre-market itself, like people will be all over the place gapping up. They'll be all like in a Twitter, stock tweets, everybody telling sell your mom, sell your this thing, buy GD. Okay, that is one way of reacting, which are the people with no skills, right? Here is a friend of mine who's a very good day trader, and if I give him this scenario, he will send me an email after 5 minutes saying, here are my levels on GD, okay, and here are my strategies. Okay, so he will say GD, okay, high, low, range, okay, and he will say that based on this news, I think GD will trade up to 160. Okay, so he will say, look, H will be 160. Okay, low for the day will be 140. Okay, so the range will be $20. Okay, and he will say, look, trade at open is go long. Okay, trade after 3 candles, fed, rest of the day keep fading weakness. That's his playbook. Okay, and I'm just giving a hypothetical example, but this is how like he has a playbook, right? And everything which he does is like, not everything works out what he works out as a playbook, but this is exactly what he does. Okay, who doesn't hear anything? There is like sound. I think any sound is there. So why somebody is saying no sound? So this is the way he thinks. Okay, everything which you give it to him, like he will say, okay, this. You tell him, look, or he works out that way. He's trained his brain to work out that way. So if there is like a DXCM which had a good earnings on this day, and he was so right. Like he said, like look, and a high on that day will be around 290, okay, and low for the day will be around 275. So that was his level, and he says, look, and this is what is going to happen. Okay, now how does he know this? Experience, studying a lot of moves, doing this for, he's been at it for 20 years. Okay, he's like basically studied every time there is a earnings news, big earning news. He will look at like a float. He knows things like that. Look, and if there is an earnings, typically stock moves 20% or 20% or 30%. If it is a bio news, stock move 100%, 200%. So as a result of that, what he does is, and based on pre-market also, he is at least mentally preparing himself. And that is the key, because in day trading there is no time to react, right? And this is not like something where you can put a trade, put a coffee pot to boil and then come back. No, like most of my trades in TVIX are like 20 seconds or 19 seconds or like 30 seconds, sometimes 1 minute. Now that's like you're in and out kind of a thing, right? So you need to have a very good thing. But this is how he thinks, and this is how he is trained to think. So look, he's thinking, or sometimes he sends me notes like saying, look, here in this particular stock, fade, like he thinks it will be fade. Okay, he will say, look, the gap is going to fade, or the gap down, buy, like it's going to fade kind of a thing. And he knows because he studied, right? And so if you want to be good, you have to study. So next 15 days, 20 days, like sit there, don't do any trade, just like sit and look at any news and try and understand, because the profit potential of this is enormous. You have to try and understand. Look, the profit potential of day trading is enormous. Those who are successful day traders, they make the kind of money which you cannot even imagine. Okay, some of them are on the timeline also, and some of them, like you will know, like what kind of money they make. Manis, I don't know where he's disappeared. He's not been around, but like that kind of a guy can churn out like money like he's got a printing press at home kind of a thing. Okay, so that's one approach. Basically pre-decide or pre-workout scenarios, right? And if you are going into a war, it's only in the movies they go and fights and they have like no, they don't, like they basically pre-scenario everything, saying this what happens. They put a gun there, they're going to fire from here, then this is what we do, like there is a very good series which is, I think, on Netflix or in somewhere, running about the World War II. If you see that, like I just watching it a couple of weeks ago, and where they were thinking in terms of how like they planned the D-Day invasion, and how they had deception, and how then the Nazis reacted, and what was their plan. And it wasn't really like just go and figure it out on the fly kind of a thing. It was like based on some sort of a strategy, saying, okay, this is what they do, then I will do this. Obviously many things went wrong in that, and a lot of people were lost, lives were lost, because it wasn't. But still, this is what you do, right? And a pre-screen and pre-decide strategies. Okay, there is no absolute 100% science to this. This is like an art form where you're looking at a lot of moves based on how it behaves in the past, and then look at it and then say, okay, this particular stock is likely to make 10%, 15, 20% move on that day, or if it is versus this, if it is a target and it has a earnings, then it might gap up, and then it might just end up giving up gains from that gap up and things like that, right? So this skills you have to start building. Basically, it might take you months, weeks, but this is what people do. Okay, so at this stage, I would just summarize the first part of this, because this is just to set a background to what you need to understand. And the thing which you need to understand is news is what is the primary strategy of traders. Okay, I hear a lot of things like people saying, oh, trade like a support, resistance, this, that, and all. But really, the people who make big money, I know all of them primarily trade news. Okay, that is the key to successful, consistent day after day trading, because every day there is news, right? And so that's the thing. Okay, the other thing is volatility and range. You have to find something which is extremely volatile, because the higher the volatility, more are the opportunities for making money, or the magnitude of the moves being higher. Then if you risk 30 cents, 40 cents, you end up making 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or like on TVX currently you have to like even $5 stop is no more working. You need a $10 stop. But when you risk $10 on a TVX, okay, you can end up making $20, $30. Why? Because the sheer violence of the moves of $38 and $59 and all. Okay, so that's the beginning point. Look, news. Volatility is equal to range, and what's the next thing which we discussed? Where is my notes? Yeah. This is the key, like, and basically every all the traders who are day traders, like they have this news, they study the news, and they will have different kind of news, whether it is a biotechnology play or earnings play or upgrade, downgrade, or some new product, or whatever might be the news. But the news, then they try and find the situation where the volatility is high and scenarios or pre-think. That's really the key to looking at it. So if you join any proprietary firm, that's where like most of the big day traders trade, then early in the morning at around 8 o'clock or 8:30, most probably at around 8:30, they will have a meeting which is called a playbook kind of a thing, where like the more experienced traders or 2 or 3 people will present their playbook, saying, look, today Tesla, okay, this is the news, like Tesla is getting into making masks, okay, so likely it is going to make $20 move up or down, okay, and don't like, they might give an advice saying don't trade first 15 minutes, okay, after first 15 minutes, these are the levels, so you trade a reversal. That might be the strategy for the day, basically. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, now the next thing I will emphasize, and which is extremely important, and which a lot of people don't get it, and you're likely to end up losing a lot of money if you don't get it. There are hundreds of chat rooms for day trading, but the success rate of people who will be following somebody's strategy is extremely low. Why do you think is that? Hmm? They are too late. The speed at which things happen, okay, before you can type saying I'm buying TV IX or the price of that, the thing will be up 8 or 10 or $12. Okay, it's a age in day trading is in seconds, in like sometimes like in a fraction of a minute, right? And do not waste your money trying to go and join any trading this thing. You're just going to lose your money. Okay, in fact, there was a very good trader on our site called Tumblr. Okay, and he had a vast following on the Stockbee site itself. Like he used to, a lot of people used to follow him. Like and then he went out and he started his own service, and hundreds of members from Stockbee went and like joined, and then he would make in a month 25,000, 30,000, and these people will lose 5,000 or 6,000 following his trade. How can it be? And then they will come and complain to me saying, look, I lost so much, or like this thing. And then finally, because of that, I had given him a life membership, but then he started fighting with the members. Members started asking me, how can I recover money and all. And then I finally just closed his service, and his service also closed, I think, probably, I don't know, but this is the problem. Okay, you cannot have this thing as a follow through, because the speed at which things happen. Okay, and also the person who is trading, his ability to trade and also to give you this thing is very limited, because by the time you can type, you look by the time I can go in and say alert this thing, it's you are this has to be developed on your own. Okay, there is nothing which you can do. You can just look at other people's trade and try and find and all. But there is another reason for this. Why is because when you look at that trade later, okay, you think you look and this is what that person is doing, or that is your analysis of it, but that's not what that person may be looking at it. I know a lot of these day traders, friends of mine, and if you see what they're doing, later they will explain, look, this candle is forming, so you enter here this. But when you look at what they are doing actually in the trade, okay, he's not waiting for the candle to form. He's buying while the candle is getting formed. But the explanation later is, look, this candle formed this way, and that's why I enter. It is not, means what looks like you're trying to learn is not really true. So this is the one of the biggest lessons. I will save you thousands of dollars if you can understand this. Look, you cannot take somebody's alerts. You can take somebody's method, okay, and then create your own things and work. If you take somebody's alerts, okay, you will lose money, and you will spend 3 years, 5 years trying to do this, and it is not going to work. And this is something which I will tell you, look, it's just not possible in this kind of things. And especially if the trader is like a scalper kind of a thing, who is in and out, yes, there are day traders who are more trend traders, so they put in a trade and they hold it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, and 2 hours. That might work, but somebody who does it in a scalp, as I showed you yesterday, in 19 seconds, and I was up $5,000 in TVIX. There are trades which I posted previously also on many other trades. One of my strategy, which was very profitable strategy, which I used to use, was TI30. In TI30, before you can finish entering and putting in the stop, it is time to sell. Okay. So keep that in mind. Okay. So I will just go through all the questions before we go ahead. Okay. What is this? Yes. MTRT is night time is right time. Yeah, anticipate the next move based on candles and volume. That's really the key, basically. Anticipate. Then 3% move can be very profitable. Yes, 3% move can be very profitable, but like and then you will need to use a lot more leverage. I love TVX. I am 100% with you, man. Like and that's like a printing press. So both. If you're a beginner, practice. Like I would say that you don't even put real money, just do paper trading, and like do with a smaller size and smaller swings. That's basically what I would do. Like before doing this meeting, I asked a couple of my day trading friends and people I know better, like can I look and what would they suggest? They said like can I take an instrument which is slower moving but moves every day, like DIA or IWM, not during this time but during regular time, or take a stock from DJ30 and which moves every day and try and practice on that. Not like very high priced also, because you may not like. So that's the thing, because you need to have experience of getting in fast and getting it out. Kind of one of the things why my day trading skill increased substantially was when I started trading the TI30 strategy. That strategy forces you to be so quick in terms of entries and exit that once you do many trades, then it's just like you're not even thinking basically. Yeah, call Maggie. He made 1.3 million. He is like he has got amazing ability to identify good moves also, but like amazing ability to take risk and sit through drawdown, sit through when the position goes against him. I think at one time the position was 1 million against him. So take that into consideration. 1 million you are willing to take hit to make 1.3 million. That's the thing. And when do you know which direction to play? You don't go with which direction to play as a thing, okay? You go with the thing. You look, and that's the next entire topic which I'm going to talk about after a little break. I'm going to give you a little break because this is going to be a couple of hours probably, kind of a thing, because it's not like possible to tell you in 1 hour how to become a good trader, right? So when we like basically when we come back after a little bit of a break of 2 3 minutes or 5 minutes, is like, and I'm going to talk about what is the structure of intraday moves, because it's important to understand this at a very granular level, because if you understand, then a lot of the mind clarity will come in. uh, I showed you yesterday, like that 19 seconds in that thing. So it's not counter trend. Yeah, it can be counter trend. It can be like on a second candle. It is just like what I do in TVX currently is scalping, more scalping, and I'll talk about scalping at some stage today. Yeah, I would say not to even go anywhere close to TVIX. It's like consider TVIX as like a patient with coronavirus. So do not go anywhere close to that. Uh, on a intraday basis, I have like I have some rules as to how much I want to lose 40 cents. But on a TVIX, I'm willing to take a larger this thing. Uh, do you still use market rates? Yes, I do TVIX market rates. Okay. Uh, and this is very important. You need to be very fast, but you should not be making impulsive trades. And a lot of people end up making impulsive trades because like they are very slow to enter, so by the time they enter, the move is almost about to fade basically. And when I do my next setup, like a thing which I'm going to talk about, the structure of intraday moves, you'll understand why day traders lose, beginning day traders lose, because they don't understand market structure. Trade VXS instead of TVX. I would say just stay away from VXS if you're just learning how to trade. Okay, means like if you're just learning to drive, will you give that person a Ferrari to drive? Means he's never going to learn to drive. He might be killed already by the time he figures out how to drive. I enter into directly IB, IB. So small share size, small thing, paper trade, or how do you do order entries and stop quickly. uh, that's the key, the skill, that's the age in this. You have to like quickly enter. uh, do you have bias based on daily chart? Best answered in the next section. Everyone get a tank in their driveway. Yeah, beat up, gap up. Yeah, every like in a biohazard suits or a tank in their driveway or whatever. Like basically, uh, or automated pods will come and deliver to you, and you are permanently restricted to your house, and they will put one biohazard shield on your house, and then like basically everything gets delivered. Yeah, there'll be one video wall in your house, and all classes, office, everything happens through the video, and you'll get like a robotic arms. So if your job involves like picking up shipments in Amazon webs, will have a robotic arms which you'll use from home and do things, right? And a science fiction at its best. uh, Already lost some in TVI. So, okay, sound is fine. Experience without one, studies experience. It's experience. A lot of this is procedural memory. A lot of it is like in a good shape or that there's good. They have like a lot of, see, it's not easy. This is not easy, but it is not impossible. Also, it takes time to develop. One is, I don't know where he's disappeared. Do you know news box service that focus only on market moving news? This is another temptation, which is to like go and buy the top of the line news and things like that. Trading breaking news is like an even higher skill than what I'm talking about currently. Okay, those who can do breaking news, they are like the super champions of day trading. So try and do smaller things first. You don't really need a spark box or something for that. You just need regular news service. Even you don't even need the fly or something to do this. The people just like use Finways and things like that, and they make money. So you don't need yeah, you can trade like every day. Look at the stock which had a news and which was up 20% for that day, and study that for that's the easiest way to have some kind of real time message service. Is there any? Yes, there are many, and you will lose a lot of money if you try and use them, because it just doesn't work that way. Too fast, you are too late. You need fast execution. Delay moves too fast. Late, not enough thinking. Speed, you're late. uh, Lag, too late. Lag, the age is in seconds, minute. Yes, watch day traders when they post their entries and look at the chart. Yeah, you can learn from that. uh, have you had your system broker? Means if you are trading using E-Trade and all, like it is going to freeze. It's not. An IB is the best in the market. Try and understand. Look at for everything, IB has the best technology. And look at, if you're trading, you are day trading using E-Trade or some shitty broker like that, and especially if you're using margin, and for day trading it doesn't matter, but if you're using margin overnight, all of those are charging you 8% margin, while IB margin is 1%. So I don't know why people keep using those things, but it's a free world. Who is stopping you from not using the best tools? Yes, I was short a lot of QQ on Friday and couldn't place order to cover until market close. Got lucky, but could have been a disaster. Yeah. Whatever you do, it's not going to change. It's not like it's fast market. Their technology can go thing. I use IB. I use the fly for news, and IB. Basically IB. Okay. Scalping, you need large size trade. Yes, in order to make money scalping, you need large size to make a lot of money. But in terms of number of trades, when we look at scalping, people who do scalping, they do 60, 70, 100 trades in a day. So they might be making just $100 per trade or $40 per trade, but like the size of trade, the number of trades adds up. That's the summary from the first 30 minutes. There is no way to day trade using alert services or following someone, and news basically. It's based on look and feel. This is very important. Okay. this skill, which is like a day trading skill, uh, means I have read all the books on day trading and I look at a lot of things, and uh, I don't think any it's so much in terms of like the good ones have spent enormous amount of time trying to do this screen time, and it's a feel like you just know, okay, look, this stock is going to make the big move now here. So yes, obviously on the other end there are these quantitative programs, and there are these physics PhDs and maths PhDs who work for Renaissance and many other quant funds, and they all of them are doing day trading, right? And they're all doing day trading, and they do it using mathematics. But obviously, I don't have the skills, so I do it using what I know how can do. Okay, TVIX, stay away from it. There is no way. Uh, I will talk about this when I do the next section. Can you explain your TC to title bar and how, and if you use them for day trading? No, I cannot. I do not use it for day trading. It's of no use. I don't even look at TC 2000 to make a day trade. Uh, Good broker or data feed. IB. Yeah, I just look at the 5 minute chart. Many times there is no time to enter stop on TVX. You enter and you just like next is like exit. Because if you're doing a trade in 10 minutes, seconds or 20 seconds, it's like that. Uh, exactly, it is like it's. I would 100% agree. You get a license and next day somebody gets here. This is a Ferrari or this is a Bugatti or something and drive. That's exactly that. It's like not for common people. Okay. This is, you're right, my friend, very right. Basically, this is something people don't understand, and that's why I will put it here, which is like, don't enter as the expansion completes. No, like, the people are looking at it and they like, keep saying, oh, you enter here, you enter after this candle is formed, okay, you're dead, you're dead. You enter while the candle is getting formed, okay. uh, it's just like you have to understand, look, and when the candle is getting formed, and most of the entries of people who are successful are like that. They might explain it later. That's not how it works, okay. So that's let me just go through all this quickly. Is IB hotkey? Yeah, you can put IB hotkey. Do you believe a scanner can help you on 2 or 3 stocks to alert you your narrow range bars? Yes, it is possible. You can paper trade easily on TC 2000. Yes, you can paper trade. You can do simulation on IB. Yes. Uh, I don't know. And, hotkeys, so IB doesn't freeze. I haven't seen IB freezing in, like, I've been using IB for so long, and like, I basically do large size also. Situation you ever read? I do Swaziker books. Yeah, it's not really like it's very old, and like I wouldn't really spend time doing that. See the videos, like there are a lot of videos which are put in by people. I would say SMB Trade, the SMB, which is a proprietary firm. Look at their videos, as long as like you know what to look for, and their marketing spiel, and their constant like telling you to join them if you can avoid that, and see the videos by the real trader in SNB, not the founders of SNB. Founders of SNB are not necessarily the best traders. They are very good business people. Uh, shall we enter one day trade at a time? I think so. Uh, means first practice. The way to make money in day trading is to do multiple trades in a day. That's why a lot of people will do like multiple trades, and they'll make money. Yes, I look at 5 minute chart. I don't know why you're stuck on this Arca thing. I don't think that is really, just put smart as the routing and like, and forget about it. If you're stuck on Arca, like, I don't think that's the right way to look at it. It doesn't matter, wherever the fill happens, it happens. Okay, so let's take a 5-minute break. So this is 106 and we'll come back at exactly at 110. Okay.